Hello guys, this is the AJ Studios. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be continuing and in fact starting episode 2 of my series. Now, I took a break over the last 2 weeks and I had the intent of, making the videos just as normal so that I'd have a bit of like an extension. So if 1 week didn't go as well as I wanted it to and it didn't really make a good video, or I had to do a lot for this one, so I wanted to improve it, and therefore I would have the time to do that. Well, the video is going up today and I'm still filming it. So problem number 1 is the fact that the lighting seems to be off all the time. There seems to be no constant lighting, and if you can have a look, the light is constant and there's no reason why it should be dipping at all, and it's dipping anyway, and I can't figure out why. The characters are the second problem, the fact that they won't stand up even for a second. If you see the Doctor here, he is holding a newspaper throughout this moment, and if you balance him, well, I'm going to balance him on my hand, but trying to hold him, right, placing him down, and then obviously because of the weight, he just falls, and it is super annoying because it's happened again and again and again. So with the second day of filming, I did everything that I wanted to do. Things went so much better than they did the first time. The shots seem clearer, they seem less patchy. There's small amounts, but it's hardly noticeable, and with the background removed and the new one put in, I think it will look a lot better. But it's all been rather successful. Today I've been able to complete what I wanted to complete. There's a few shots that I'm trying to do that are a little bit more tricky than I would normally attempt, but throughout the next week I have to complete one complicated shot which sees Aaron falling over, which I filmed the beginning of, and then the second half is like a box almost with the Lego bricks built up, and then there will be a straw, black straw, and then that will go down, and when that goes down it will drop him in to it. It should look alright with a bit of sound effects and stuff. That should look quite cool. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, because to begin with I really wanted to do this shot when he falls and then it goes down, so the camera goes down so it goes to black, and then when it goes to black you keep going down, and then when I film the next bit that will start as black and you go straight down and you'd get into a into the next set. But I need to film that bit, and I need to film the bit in the TARDIS, and then that is scene 1 completed. So this week we are going to be looking at scene 1, and we're filming the first part scene, which involves the whole landscape thing that I did in a previous behind the scenes video. We're filming on that, and I will probably show you some of the behind the scenes of actually filming that, and then some behind the scenes of trying to make the thing its final version. So you can see my reflection, it's extremely obvious, but there's nothing I can really do about that. So this is the image that I want to make green screens, but I used a blue one for some stupid reason. But here is the background layer, and then here is the image itself. So what I do is use the one tool. Now, I can't really see it, to be fair, but I'd use the one tool. I didn't put the alpha layer on, and use the one tool to then rub out all of the blue, but with some of the other shots, because I wanted the lines to be the same. They had one layer, and then each layer would then, I would basically scribble out everything, so then all the colours were the same and everything for it, which is really cool, and ended up being a little bit quicker to do as well. Then what I do is go into exposure, and then you've got to try and dull that image partly. Now I've dulled it too much, so not there. There, exactly. There, exactly. Ta-da. That's really, really naff and extremely rough. But that is the simple way of how I did it. And there's another thing I wanted to show you. And so my TARDIS, when it disappears at the beginning of the shot, so it's same sort of thing that you've seen before. This would be one layer, and the TARDIS here would be a second layer, a third layer in fact. And then I would change the transparency on it, so to go all the way down to here. It would go up, and then it would go back down again, and then up, and then back down again, and it would keep doing that until basically I finished. I think it was about 28 frames by the end. But this is the only bit I'm actually going to show you, because it's the only bit that's completely finished. So here is the only shot you're going to get. It really is a riveting 5 seconds, but you know, it did take me like 2 hours. Initially I thought, why on earth am I doing this stupid idea when I have to do everything in green screen, which means that I do it every single frame, which means it takes forever. Like, let's be fair, it does take forever. And anyone who has ever done anything like this before understands that it does take forever, and especially if the way that I'm doing it is more separate, because of budget. But now I regret most of the script actually featuring this sort of one sort of scene, because it does take a long time. And you know, for me, I've been doing this for about 2 weeks, and I have not even completed the first scene in terms of green screen yet. Alright, so that's your lot this week. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I understand that it's not as long as most of them have been. It's just a lot of the stuff I've been doing has either failed to record because of the overcomplicatedness of trying to film 2 of them in one, doing 2 videos over 2 weeks but not making the video properly, you know. It's been a bit of a mess. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.